uh, I know one or more people in India wanted to join, and
Okay.
also in China,
Okay.
staying up late to be able to join, but I don't see their names in the list of
Okay.
participants.
So let's hope they will join as we progress. Yeah, we can comment now.
Shall we start? Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening. Yeah, welcome to our first seminar series. We are privileged this evening to kick off the seminar series, and we are happy that we are commencing. So we actually apologize for the link challenges. Please accept our apologies. My friend and brother, Isaac, is busy attending another conference, so he's presenting a paper. So he will join us in a few moments from now. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Doc, yeah, thank you very much.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we are privileged to have Professor Christian Matthiessen here, who is our keynote speaker. And then we are lucky to have him. It was at a conference in Tunisia, that we met, and we are now thinking about West African linguistic, semi-functional linguistics. And then Professor Christian Matthiessen was here, and then I raised the issue. And then Dr. Isaac also mentioned effort made so far. But today we are here, we are starting the seminar series. So I have the pleasure to introduce to you Professor Christian Matthiessen. Professor Christian Matthiessen is a distinguished professor of language sciences in the School of Foreign Languages of the Yunnan University, China. He's also a guest professor at Beijing Science and Technology University and an honorary professor at Australian National University. Professor Matthiessen is famous as a leading scholar in systemic functional linguistics and has been a close research collaborator of Michael Halliday since the 1980s, starting with the Berman projects at the Information Sciences Institute, on which Professor Halliday served as a consultant. Furthermore, Professor Mattiessen's contribution to linguistics within this period is notably the development of rhetorical structure theory in collaboration with Bayman and Sandra Thompson, a framework he has continued to revise and refine to test analysis. He has recently advanced a field-oriented framework for studying particular registers and register variation. In addition, Professor Matthiessen has contributed enormously to extending initial systemic descriptions of English, and with the publication of his 1,000-page lexicogrammatical cartography English system in 1995. He has also produced what has been noted as the best implementation of Halliday's systemic theory in language description. Professor Matthiessen has also produced 2 revisions of Halliday's Introduction to Functional Grammar. That was in 2004, and then 10 years later, 2014. The standard reference material for SFL, and he is also currently working on the 5th edition. For our contest in Africa, Professor Matthiessen has done a sketch of the systemic phonology of Akan, spoken in Ghana, going back to the 1980s. And this contribution will appear in his collected works. He has also contributed to the description of 2 other African languages through PhD supervision, namely Oko, that's Niger Congo and Benin Congo, with Dr. Ernest Akere Jola, and the Dagare Niger Congo GU with Dr. Isaac Mularu. He visited Ghana in 2019 and gave a keynote speech at the Linguistics Association of Ghana conference. He is in part of the conceptualization and formation of West African systemic functional linguistics, and he is the patron, and we are happy to have him speaking to us this evening. So, Prof, you are welcome, sir.
Well, many thanks for your very generous introduction. I'm delighted to meet you again virtually after our very lovely and productive time in Indonesia quite recently. And it's a reminder, the Congress in Indonesia is a reminder of how important in-person meetings are, because it was the first International Systemic Functional Congress in person since 2019, when COVID made it impossible. It's always, of course, been a silver lining of the COVID years that we've become more adept at using online platforms. But at the same time, there is nothing that can replace the kind of face-to-face interactions we had, including you and me, first in Sfax and then in SUS. So that's very important. Now, we're starting virtually with WASFLIG, but as we discussed last week, we're hoping that this will turn into face-to-face opportunities. Now, I see myself simply as a warm-up band before the main act, and the main act will follow in the next few weeks. I'm, of course, always very happy to talk about some particular topic, and today is just sort of a sketchy outline. I like to be given assignments in the sense that if you'd like me to address some particular topic that you think would be, as it were, energizing for our hopes for WASFLIG. I was a bit distracted because when we planned today's seminar, I hadn't quite realized that I'd also committed to give a talk at a 3-day symposium in China, hosted in person at Sun Yat-sen University in Guangzhou, a celebration of remembering Michael Halliday. So earlier today, I recorded that talk, and it will be played tomorrow, I think, and I will be part of the Q&A session. Otherwise, if it hadn't been for this sort of almost double booking of mine, I think I would have been done better for today's meeting. But in any case, let's get started. And I'll do my presentation, and you can stop me at any time, of course. And the intention is really for me to serve the function of a warm-up band before the main act, putting adding a little bit to the background of what we hope to be doing, what happened in the 60s, for example, some suggestions, but it's really then the main acts to follow me will take it away. So let me start screen sharing. Host has disabled participant screen sharing. So I'll have to wait for the host to enable screen sharing. Okay, it seems to be working again. Sorry, I will have to quit and join again because for some reason and then I will start again.
Is okay.
That's okay.
So while we wait for Professor Christian Matthiessen to come back, we can keep on sharing the new link to in other platforms.
Okay, I should be back now.
Okay.
So I will try screen sharing. Yes, this looks more promising. Okay, so I'll start my presentation.
Unmute the speaker.
How do I come on?
I'd like you to unmute, but I had unmuted. Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Let's try again. Can you see the title slide now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Now, we know the proverbs are always come in handy. So if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? That's collective, cross-generational wisdom. All right. So the title slide should say West African Student Functional Linguistics Interest Group, WASFLIG, ISFL invitation to, etc., and today's date. Right. And there is a somewhat dark picture. This is Ike's first meeting with Michael Halliday in my home quite a few years ago by now. So that's one connection between SFL, Michael Halliday, and West Africa. Now, just warming up, something you all know, but that it may be a topic we want to return to in the light of the extraordinary rich diversity of languages in Africa. So something we all know or should know, I mean, everybody in Africa knows this, but in the rest of the world, we're all Africans, right? Because language evolved to begin with in Africa. And in my guesswork hypothesis, the evolution of language, which I'm happy to talk about on some other occasion, is a matter of millions of years. And we can recognize phases, proto-linguistic phase, maybe transitioning up around 2 million years ago with Homo habilis and then Homo erectus and so on, into archaic language. And then modern language, or the type of language that is spoken around the world today, all languages that are still spoken around the world are modern languages, emerged on the order of, say, 150 to 250,000 years ago in Africa. Now, previous ancestors belonging to Homo erectus, say, for example, had migrated out of Africa, but all speakers of modern languages originate from Africa, from this period. And a witty writer about the evolution of language said it's the East Side story, not the West Side story. So somewhere around the Rift Valley, according to the best evidence, is where modern language emerged as part of a kind of package deal. Homo sapiens sapiens are atomically modern humans. So also linguistically or semiotically modern humans. So that's just background to my reminder to myself and all of us that we're all Africans in this sense. But there is also a current significance to this in areas where language, you find proto-languages, or in this case, the origin of modern language, you find more language diversity and density. And this is one of the very wonderful features of Africa, of course, the very rich diversity of languages. Now, this may be part of another discussion.